I've spent the last 15 years trying to grow a butt. Speaking of curves, I went to the extreme and got breast implants to get boobs, and then regretted it and took them out. Genetics gave me a 2x4 body. I'm built like a 2x4, guys. And I've dreamed of having that hourglass figure. And it turns out I wasted 15 years of going to the gym because I could have just slipped on a pair of pants. Kim Kardashian's shapewear has taken over. And not just for its slimming features, but also its viral, butt-enhancing bottoms and push-up bras. Is it worth the hype though? I love testing things to see if they're worth your time and money, especially in the fitness world. And the news brewing that now Nike's collabing with Skims, which we'll talk about in this video. And this shapewear promising it could replace squats. I thought it'd be a fun video to test Kim Kardashian's butt-enhancing, boob-pushing-up shapewear. Does it contour my body and give me a Kim's body, or is it a complete waste of money? Potentially goofy? I ordered everything on the Skims website that promises me a bigger booty and bigger boobs. And here's the scale we're gonna go off of. A 1 through 5. A 1 is it's a Keltie body. There's nothing happens. A 5, I look like Kim Kardashian's. And if it gets a 0, that means it literally made me somehow flatter. Huh? A 3 means I'm somewhere between a Keltie and a Kim. Okay, what we'll be testing. We have 2 butt lifting bodysuits. 1, just a seamless sculpt, and 2, the Big Bertha, like this one has padding. 3, we also have a butt enhancing pair of shorts. Then let's move on to the boobs. We have a regular push-up bra. Second, we have the mega push-up bra. You know what this is giving? Does anyone remember Victoria's Secret double push-up bra? What was it called?
The miraculous push-up.
That was my best friend when I was 18. And then also we have 2 pairs of shaping tights just for shits and giggles. One just pair of hosieries and one a pair of leggings. It's supposed to sculpt your legs and core. Let's see how they all stack up. First up, bras. The regular push-up and then the mega push-up. First impression. In my mind, this worked. Okay, first thoughts, no cleavage. I was hoping there would be like a little oomph, so it won't give me cleavage for us flat girlies. But how does it look under a tank top? Okay, very comfortable, love this, will be wearing this, and it gives me a little extra oomph. Like, yeah, no cleavage, but there's more boob than normal. And this is the thing where Skims is so good, it's comfortable, except the shapewear, which we'll get to. Because this I wouldn't say shapewear, this is bras. Okay, I'm gonna give this a 2 of 5 on the scale because it did give me a little bit of oomph, but it gave me no cleavage. So in the terms of Keltie to Kim, it just gave me a 1 step closer. But will I be wearing this again? Yes, 5 out of 5 will be wearing this under t-shirts and bras, but it's not faking anyone because it's not like suddenly I have cleavage. People are like, where are those boobs from? People could be suspicious, but that's suspicious. But I like. Next up, the Big Bertha. Is that the miraculous bra from Victoria's Secret? It's given that, like, this is padding. There's more padding than I have boobs. But back in the day, those Victoria's Secret bras, bartending, made me a lot of tips. And no one was the wiser.
Instantly adds 2 cup sizes.
Oh, let's get work to my head, not in real life. Yeah, I'm tying this as tight as I can. Okay, we're having this moment of truth together. Womp, womp, womp. There's a big gap, and this is the smallest one. Oh. Yeah. Oh. I mean, from a distance, it looks like I got big knockers. This is kind of nice, but as soon as you get any close, I don't have enough breast tissue to even push up the boobs. And this is also a me problem. My boobs are a little deflated after getting implants. So I could see how this would work if I just had a little more. But the irony is the girls who need this the most can't utilize it the most. That's the irony to the mega push-up bra. The bigger the boobs, the more boob there is to push up, so bigger look. If you don't have enough boob to push up, who needs it the most? Here we are. Let's see how it looks underneath though. I could definitely catfish someone as long as you're not looking above and down. Like, it hits at the perfect seam of a tank top. So this is kind of comical, especially because you guys know what's going on. But like, just take yourself out and you just saw me on the street. You might think those are some knockers. It's shockingly comfortable. I remember the Victoria one back in the Victoria's Secret one, Victorian era. It's giving very Victorian era corset vibes, but it like cut into you, just wasn't comfortable. This is shockingly comfortable for like a mega push-up bra. Will I ever wear this? If I was single and 23, definitely. I would have worn this. But as someone who's in a long-term committed relationship and my partner has seen me with fake boobs, he would probably just be like, You look dumb. Like, it looks like a costume to someone that knows me well, but someone who doesn't know me, but then you are catfishing. So take that with you will. I kind of like it. A 3 out of 5. If this gave me actual cleavage, it would be a 4 out of 5. Will I wear this again? Probably not. I will probably ask my best friends if they want it. The other one, keeping this, will give away to my best friends. Also, for future videos like this, I want to do giveaways for anything I try on like this that I don't like, won't keep. I was going to do it for this, but shapewear felt weird. But let me know if in the future you'd want that. Yeah, let me know in the comments.
Someone calls me with more bad news like every 5 minutes. It's just so stressful.
Now, I know a lot of people hate the Kardashians. It is such a polarizing topic on the internet. And even myself, I watch the Kardashians. I love watching the Kardashians, but I can't agree with a lot of shit they've done. So I think that's just like anyone who's been online that successful in the public eye for so long is gonna have a lot of haters and lover, and I sit somewhere in the middle. Some things I love, Skims. I won't lie, I am a Skims loyalist. If there's one thing I'll defend the Kardashians for, it's Skims. Keltie, where are all your tank tops from? Skims. Keltie, where are all your bras from? Skims. Underwear, Skims. PJ, Skims. Robe, Skims. She's got a hook on me.
Forget what you know about shapewear.
But with that being said, I hold her to a high standards because I will not let Skims products drop down. So if I'm rude, it's because Skims is taking too much of my money and I want them to keep taking it. Now we're moving on to shapewear. It isn't my biggest concern as much as like the butt sculpting, which I'll save best for last, but let's move on to test these out. Oh, and this should go without saying, none of these Skims products were sponsored. I paid out of pocket, but Keltie, how did you afford to pay for the Skims? You know what you're gonna have to do? I'm sorry, this is just the way of how YouTube works. To pay for the Skims, I have to indeed have a sponsorship. So enjoy this 60-second ad of AG1, which I genuinely love and use every day, that help pay for this video. And why is AG1 a sponsor? Because it's something I use every day and I've used almost every single day for 5 years. What was the one time I didn't use it? In January when I was in Sweden and I forgot to reorder and ran out of it, and I felt much worse. I'm not saying it's exactly that, but it is kind of crazy. What does AG1 have? A wide variety of nutrients that support your immune system. You know what my immune system didn't have its normal nutrients it has to react optimally. And what are some other benefits of AG1? It is definitely a premium product, but what I do love about it is it's 7 products in one. It's your antioxidants, adaptogens, prebiotics, probiotics, multivitamin. So instead of having 8 supplements that you forget to take, it's 1 supplement you can take every day and know you have nutritional insurance. I'm someone who travels a lot, and yes, I try to get most of my nutrients from food, but the reality is I can't perfectly do that every single day, and so AG1 is my little backup plan. And of course, I'm not just going to talk about it and not give you guys a deal. If you go to my link in the description, you'll get a 1-year supply of vitamin D3, K2, and 5 free travel packets with your purchase of AG1. Thank you, AG1, for sponsoring this video. First, the hosieries, which I have great promising for because they have sheer technology. Go Canada, Canadian company, and I do love the sheer tech leggings, but they're cheaper and they just do not rip. So I'm going to be aggressively see if they rip and see if they're better than just getting the non-Skims branded one. Oh, okay. I will say these are way better than the regular sheer techs. They oddly are contouring, but you can move more in them. Like I find the sheer techs ones aren't as flexible. They feel a little bit stiff. Like this kind of feels a bit more like a legging. Oh, I love these. I absolutely love these. I will be wearing these. They do feel compression-y a little bit, but there's just more of a give. The sheer text is just more stiff. So if you're someone who wants a bit more flexibility, you'll love these. If you'd like a bit more of a stiff band, go with the regular sheer text. But these are nice. Oh my God. Skims, you nailed it with this. You absolutely nailed it. Hook, line, and sinker. Fun fact about hosiery, which I told my mom over Christmas, I was talking about it. I'm like, oh my God, sheer text, they don't rip. You need to get a pair of these. And she laughed. She was like, that's how they used to be belts back in the day. I was like, what? So yeah, hosiery, like tights like this, back in the day used to be non-destructible. But then companies realized that if they make them non-destructible, people don't buy them. So they start making cheap ones that rip. So we have to constantly be buying them because capitalism, baby. Capitalism is something that creates Skims, which I love, but then also can be toxic and do something like that. And suddenly us women are stuck with buying a pair of cheap hosieries that rip all the time. And then in 30 years, we forget they did that to us and someone reinvents it. And we're like, oh my God, technology. So there's a fun fact of the day. These did absolutely nothing for my butt, but these will be just nice with a little skirt and dress. I will give these a 1 out of 5 on the Keltie to Kim scale, but 5 out of 5 will I be keeping these and wearing them. Okay, now let's see these contouring tights. The thing is, we'll see how contouring they look compared to the regular lines I wear, and then if they're still movable. And I'm actually gonna slightly compare them to Lulu just released these glow up leggings, which is kind of the same idea. They're these contouring, high rise. I find Lulu nailed these. So this is like my baseline for this, is they're really flexible. They are flattering. They're this little V. I did a full workout with them. I didn't find them restricting in any way. And the Lulus are 128 Canadian, which is like 90-ish American. And the Skims is 146 Canadian, so they'll run you, yeah, like 110 American-ish, give or take the day. Okay, I don't know what is the front and back. Oh, this is poorly designed in that sense. There's no way to know what's the front of the back. The tag's on the side, and there's no logo. Oh no, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. I'm gonna guess, but real poor design, not having a noticeable back or front. 90% sure I have this right. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. First thoughts, I reviewed the first ever Skims workout leggings. They have improved significantly. I won't lie, I was not happy. These are improved. It's a different band than I've ever seen. It's like this little, oh, there's the skip. Is that the front or the back? I guess, yeah. So this is the only way to tell if it's the front or the back, this little logo there. Okay, moment of truth. Okay, they are movable. They're nice. I feel they're flattering. They are slimming. They're very superhero feeling. These do work. It hits at the perfect spot right there. These are nice. I would say they're the exact same as the Lulu though, but no front. Oh, no camel toe. These will have no camel toe. Look at this. On a scale from Keltie to Kim, this will be a 0 because it did make my butt even somehow flatter. But I will say that was not the point of these. These are contouring. But I will say, if you're someone who hates camel toe, she absolutely nailed it. These seams will highlight right here because it's like arrows pointing, look at me, but no camel toe, which I gotta respect. I gotta respect the hustle. 10 out of 10 improvement from the last time I tried Skims leggings. Will I keep? 2 out of 5. Like, I like them. They're good. I don't need another pair of black leggings. I'm fine with camel toe. Now let's talk about Skims times Nike briefly. I am so excited for this. This is everything to me. Let me explain. I did, if you flash back, a video a while about the downfall of Nike. I grew up the biggest Nike fan. You cannot find a biggest Nike fan. How big? This YouTube channel is created because of a Nike commercial. I looked up to Nike commercials. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't know what that meant like, so that's why I went into marketing at one point, because I was like, I want to make Nike commercials. And then I realized I can make my own Nike commercial on YouTube because of Casey Neistat. My mom was a Nike athlete. I was a basketball player. The only shoes I would put on my feet were a pair of Kobe's. Everything I love about Nike. And I haven't bought Nike in 4 years because it has fallen off. I've bought like 2 pair of running shoes. What? Keltie, running, Nike? Yeah, no. Hoka on Cloud, way bigger than Nike right now. Nike has fallen off. On the flip side, who has not fallen off? Skims.
Guys, I got myself a Skims soft lounge dress.
Skims sent me their push-up bra line. Here is the outfit of the night.
Now, who's taking the place of Nike's market share? I will say specifically, because this is my demographic, obviously a lot of you watching are outside this demographic, but most, like 80%, are 18 to 35-year-old women. And we don't buy Nike as much, and a couple of you obviously do. What do we buy? Alo, Lulu, or at least like that's the goal company. Even if you don't buy, like for myself, like who is the it girl wearing? She's wearing Alo and Lululemon in my mind. And just online, it's not Nike anymore. And at one point it was Nike. So they are eating Nike's lunch in our demographic. But what are those 18 to 35-year-old women also wearing, or at least idolizing, saving up to buy? Skims. Like, there is a direct correlation between girls who wear Alo and Lulu and girls who are wearing Skims. And who is Nike lost? Them. So I have such high hope for this brand. The biggest thing is Nike has performance. They just aren't it. Like, it's not what we want as much. Like, there's a couple pieces. First, in the past, it was like Lulu and Skims and Alo just have that like, oh, that's what I want. It's like just that kind of feeling. And Nike hasn't had that forever. So hopefully, I'm hoping it's the performance level for Nike with the flattering it items that Skims promises. And this is what I'm hoping for. I will do a review. It's not even gonna be in Canon. I'm gonna find a way. So hit subscribe if you wanna see that, because I will do a review for that, because I am so excited. And dare I say, if Nike kills this, Nike's back. I will say, Nike is kinda so back. I talked about this in the video. Is the best thing for me was like Nike commercials. They used to hype you up and run through a wall. And I can't remember a Nike commercial that's done that in so long. Like, it was like, oh, that's what it means to be a Nike athlete. The Super Bowl commercial.
So win.
We are so back. We are so back. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe Nike listened to my video. Definitely not, because probably all these companies were in the works for like 3 years. But I like to hope. So I'm putting it out there. Skims times Nike. I'm going to brutally review you because I hold you to the highest standard. Now for the miracle workers. Will these give me a butt? Did I throw away 15 years of training when all I needed was a pair of pants? We're going to start with the seamless shorts, move up to the bodysuits, and then, yes, butt in there's padding. Think of a push-up bra, but for your butt. Oh, we live in the future. First impressions, I feel these do absolutely nothing. They're really tight on my quad, so I'm like, maybe they'll stop the blood flow going to my legs so it piles in my booty. But 3, 2, 1. I feel like it absolutely does nothing. This feels like a scam. It feels thigh slimming. What does Paris Hilton say? Slimming? It feels kind of nice here. Yeah, no. It's very, very thigh slimming, maybe. What do you say? Comment down below. I feel this did nothing for my butt. Okay, I figured these out. What they are is because they don't lift up your butt, they slim your thighs. So it makes your butt look bigger in comparison to your thighs than normal. So it gives you a bit of a shelf, but for me, it gives a bit of a wrinkle. So we'll also test these on with leggings, but that's how they lift, by suctioning your thighs. Okay, these work. On a scale of 1 to 5, these are 3. This is definitely styling, but it gives a little bit of a wrinkle under my butt, so it looks suspicious. Will I wear these under leggings? Absolutely not. No. Maybe if I have a really body contour dress, and I might. If you see me with a thick booty wearing a body contour dress in the next couple months, say I got a BBL. Do it for the laugh. No, please don't. I do not condone BBLs, but you know what? I'll do this. Because you want my genetics? That's the thing, is I've done the squats. I've done it 15 years. I've thrown in the towel. Oh, these gotta work. It's funny, but they're really not comfortable. So if you see me with the booty, just know I'm miserable. I just put the bodysuit on and I thought I ripped the crotch, but there was definitely a hole in the crotch. So I think that's like to let you pee out of, but it feels just like a hole. I'll let your mind go. I won't show you, but there's definitely a hole. The bodysuit is literally the exact same as the shorts. Only difference is it also, I guess, flattens the stomach a bit more. As a long torso girly, I despise bodysuits with a passion. They never work. I feel like this could cover my boobs, but it can't. Will not wear this again. Hate this. That is not a dig at Skims. That's a dig at bodysuits in general. You never see me in bodysuits because they just give me a massive wedgie, or I have to buy them way too big to account for my length. So I'm not a bodysuit gal, but the bodysuits are amazing. It's a staple. It's just you're a bodysuit girl or you're not. So if you're not a bodysuit girl, get the shorts. If you're a bodysuit girl, get the bodysuit. It's pretty simple like that. Personal preference. For me, hate. Long torso girls get it. This is a friendly reminder now. Next time you see a girl on TikTok, it's got a massive booty. Could be angles. Could be a BBL. Could be her ability to know how to give herself a wedgie. Could be genetics. Could be Skims bodysuit. So just a reminder. And some people are just genetically gifted by God. We don't know. But it's a reminder that not all, but I don't know what's a reminder. We just need to remember. Social media is not real. I don't know. Just realize that's another thing to add to the toolkit. Now my issue with shapewear. First, some women, it's great for. It helps support, like it makes you very comfortable. Like different body types are gonna fit it better. But I'm gonna use one example of my one issue with shapewear in general is like, it's bad for us. I'm not just talking weight trainers, that's a whole nother topic. I've done a whole video on that, but like shapewear specifically, I'll give an example. I bought a pair of Skims shapewear for a Vegas trip one time to wear under a dress. I was in the cab 2 hours into it, took the skimwear out and had to shove it in my purse because I couldn't breathe. I was getting these cramps. I'm like, oh, I'm having a heart attack. No, it's because my ribs couldn't fully expand. So I was doing short, shallow breaths. So for a red carpet, it's great. And if it makes you feel confident on a night out, it's amazing. And I don't know what the solution is, and this is why I'm putting it out there, because right now with sports bras and shapewear, there's an issue. We want the support and compression for women, but too much support and too much compression restricts our breathing and performance and just quality of life. Like, it will give us cramps, and like, you can't fully expand your chest. And I've thought I've had heart attacks. It was just me not expanding my rib cage. So that's my problem with shapewear. And it's one of those things I'm like, just be cautious. If you're a shapewear girl, you know it. You don't need to hear this from me. But a lot of you who are like, ooh, do I need it? Just know I have it, and I've worn it once in 4 years, and I despise it. I'm like, I'd rather be bloated than be in that much pain, because I would just not go out. Now, for the pants that inspired this video, the Big Bertha. Is this the BBL without the risk of death and about $20,000 cheaper? I just realized, look at the portions on this. Oh my God. This better give me Kim K. Look at this. This is absurd. Okay. I physically don't know how I'm gonna fit in this. This looks like something only a superhero could wear. Oh my God. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this over my waist, over my hips. Oh my God, I'm not built this way. Is there a way to loosen it? I don't know. I might not be able to do this. Oh my God. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It's like the last bit of toothpaste being squeezed out. Ooh, I can't breathe. I don't think you're all ready for this. You've never seen me like this. Drum roll, please, as I enter from stage left or maybe stage right. First, look at these proportions. I will say this is incredibly uncomfortable on my shoulders, but my waist has never been as Kim K. And it gives a little bit of padding on the side. I have never felt more hourglass in my life. This is comical, but you haven't seen the best part, my guys. I'm about to clickbait the internet somehow at some point with these. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a plot, because this, 3, 2, 1, this is like a gender reveal. Boom! I have a booty. This is too funny. Oh my God, it is so fake. It is like a padding. It is a padding. It is the funniest thing I've ever done. Oh my God. This is absurd. This is a 4 out of 5 on the Kim Kardashian scale. I'm still not Kim. Yeah, just no. But they work. If for whatever reason you need to have a booty in 3 minutes for a Halloween costume, for a night out, this will do it. There's something that feels very wrong and comical about it. I don't know, I was saying about a push-up bra, it doesn't seem that crazy. This seems funny. But at the same time, I might do it. I might do it one day. One day I'm gonna take these out in the wild, because they work. This is funny. You have never seen me that. I have a new personality. I feel changed. This is a lot of power. Final thoughts, will I be keeping the butt enhancing pants? Yeah, I will. I don't know. As a YouTuber, I'll find use for these. But as a general consumer, whatever purchase, I don't know. It depends. If you really have a tight dress, you're like, all I need is a bigger booty for it, these will work. I'm actually astonished. It's funny, we're here. Not as uncomfortable as I thought it'd be. It's like sitting on 2 pillows, but overall it works. I gotta give it to her. You can hate the game, but she's the #1 player in it. What I'll be keeping, the smaller push-up bra, the sheer text hosiery leggings, those 2, amazing. Everything else, fun, works, don't really need. I could do without. At the end of the day, this is fun. My booty looks good. Am I gonna wear it to the gym? No, because you can see the seams. Will I maybe wear for a body contour dress? Yes, but how often am I wearing a body contour dress? Once a year? I'll just accept my booty is where it is. But if you're in a pinch and need a big booty, it works. It works. I'll give her that. Kim knows how to make a booty. But you are also just realizing it's fake. Something about knowing it's fake is too funny. But if you see me be acting different and my booty looking bigger, you know, he's changed me. Boom! But there's me defluencing and influencing you a little bit. I'd love to know down in the comments any other clothing lines, things like this you guys would like me to test. I know I dive more into the fitness world mainly, but something about this I was interested in. And I would love to hear your guys' just thoughts of shapewear and all that down in the comments as well. But I think I'm planning on doing like a video of like testing all of aloe, things like that. I think could be a fun thing to see if it's worth your time and money. And at the end of the day, this wasn't that deep. I thought it'd be a fun little video to see if we've all been wasting our time. Why do we squat when we could just wear butt enhancing pants? Because you need to squat because it's good for you and make you live longer. That's why. But moral of the story, have a great day. Go pet a dog. Love you guys. Bye.